What's up, Roanoke?
We both looked up and looked at each other.
What the heck?
What is up, my neighbor?
Can everybody hear us? If so, let us know.
Yeah, Mary, can you hear us, or Gus?
Gus, I know. Or anybody else that's on there. We are live, as you can tell. We're also fools and idiots, but she said she can hear us.
Okay, good deal.
We're good.
Good deal. So, how was your week?
It was busy. It was busy. We had our first showing downtown on the market.
Nice.
And seemed to go well. We got to meet some of the other vendors, which was good. And I think we had enough product, and freeze-dried candy is new to everybody.
Right.
What surprised us is we did have some bananas and apples.
Right.
Didn't sell any of it.
Really?
Yeah.
At the farmer's market?
Yeah. Didn't sell any of it. But it was a great experience, and we'll be down there this weekend too.
Nice.
And there's also the Veterans Day parade this weekend.
On Saturday.
Yeah, we should be quite busy.
Nice, nice.
So, and then we did Cactus Brewing last night. Got to meet some nice people.
Right.
A little slower than I would expect.
Right.
But, it is what it is.
It's a brewery.
Yeah. Other than that, good week. Tegan didn't get to kill chickens this week, so they're going to process them next week.
Okay.
So
okay.
She's excited about that.
Can you get a couple more inches on them?
Yeah, a couple more pounds, I guess.
Make a drum leg worth a drum leg.
Absolutely. Some of those, they grow so fast within about 8 to 10 weeks. They grow so fast, and then if you let them grow any much more than that, they can't walk.
Oh,
they're so big, so they're just bred for meat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
nice.
Kind of cool. So how about your week? You had kids out of school again
this
week.
Yeah, accident prone, and because you had the school had Wednesday off last week,
right?
But Layla was off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Poor girl. We couldn't get that fever down to save our life. Doctor wasn't sure what it was. We still haven't heard back from them on the strep culture.
Huh.
So I'm guessing no news is good news.
Right.
I'm thinking if it was an emergency, they'd gone, hey, what'd you do with her?
Yeah, or we called in a prescription for you.
Right. But yeah, so we finally got her back to school on Friday. Then Mary and I cleaned the house real good the weekend. We went and got some flowers for the front yard.
Okay.
I think we picked them up on Saturday. I think I put them in the boxes on Sunday afternoon, early evening. Yep, went out there Tuesday morning. The deer had eaten every bloom on every plant. They're supposed to hate hollyhock. They went back in for the hollyhock.
Oh, wow. They're like, oh, thank you. It's like a buffet for us.
Well, and because we were talking to the lady at Lowe's, and they're like, yeah, they actually do hate hollyhock. I guess they're just starving this year. No. A mile up the road, there's a lady that has a trench. She just dumps corn in this thing.
Right.
They're not starving.
They were looking for dessert.
Exactly. They're not starving. They're spoiled, is what they are.
They're looking for dessert. They're like, oh yeah, hey, this dude up the hill has some great flowers.
Man, they just put out moms. Yeah. yeah.
Deer kept eating our tomato. Like as the tomatoes would start popping, you get a tomato about that big, and they would eat all out of the front yard.
Yeah.
Garden. We battled them all year this year in the front garden. The back garden, it did okay, but I didn't have a real good year. I failed at farming or for gardening this year.
Yeah, me too. I think it was a whole lot, this area. Oh. But I think it was the animals. I don't think it was as much.
Right. Yeah, pests didn't bother us too much at all. I think some of the heat, we didn't have much rain this summer.
Right.
So the drought kind of stunted a lot of it because I wasn't home to water it every day or a couple times a day actually.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Evening and morning.
Yeah. And it's hard when you have to get out of there or you don't get home until 11 o'clock at night. And you're like, I'm not going to water because then the slugs are coming out.
Right.
So quite a mess. Roanoke had a fire. I think it was this morning.
It was.
It was today.
Sent 3 of them to the hospital at Memorial, I think.
Started in the kitchen.
Right.
And then they 3 people got injured, and then they were able to rescue a cat too.
Okay.
So
good deal.
Their injuries
good deal.
to the cat, which was good.
Yeah, 'cause I always wonder this time of year, it gets just cold enough at night,
Mhm.
you know, that people want a little heat. How many of those are started with the oven?
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I remember as
or
a
a
kid,
kerosene heater.
Yeah, we used ovens, and it's just not. It's not safe. It's not good for your oven.
It's not safe, not good for your oven, not economical.
Well, and Selena's one of her, or she does bookkeeping for a contracting company.
Right.
They do windows and siding and stuff, but they were in the middle of a job, and evidently the job they were doing, the house burned down. Had nothing to do with them.
Right.
Evidently, the painters that were inside the house had left a rag near
Right.
one of the heaters in the house.
That'll do it.
Burned the whole house down.
Especially a painter's rag.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
going up.
Yeah, absolutely. Christiansburg is, speaking of cats and all that other, Christiansburg's investigating somebody shot a cat on Halloween night.
Gotcha.
Over near the Overland Street. So if you have any information on that,
Give
reach
them a
out to
ring.
Christiansburg Police.
Yeah.
They did have to put the cat down because of its injuries were so severe that it couldn't be saved. So who goes around shooting a cat?
Well, who shoots a cat and then they have to put it down?
Right?
You know,
Yeah, you were a bad cop to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no sense in shooting animals like
Yeah,
that.
yes, yeah. And apparently, state police looking into Wythe County death.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I looked that one up.
It's
the Wythe
they
County.
found a gentleman alone today or yesterday. No, it was today at 11 o'clock, I believe.
Okay, that's why I didn't check it.
Yeah, but they found him on under the bridge, exit 80
Okay.
on
man.
Interstate 81.
Oh wow.
And so they're investigating. They're still trying to find his family to notify that he had passed. But,
Right.
So if you got any information on the gentleman that passed away on near 81
Yeah.
or on 81.
And this one I find hilarious. Henry County deputies launch an investigation after $50,000 worth of copper wire was stolen.
So where do you put all that wire? And you did the math on that.
Yes.
So copper's going for what, like $250 or something?
I'm going to average it and say it's clean copper, and they're paying $275.
Okay.
That's a little over 18,000 pounds of copper wire, and that's if it's clean.
Right.
That's if they've taken the.
And if they haven't, then it's a heck of a lot heavier. It's probably twice as heavy.
Yeah.
Where do you put that? There's an old country song where the guy was building a car and he's going to get it one piece at a time.
Right.
That's what I imagine. He's getting these little slivers of wire, building a.
Yeah, because I mean they didn't do
for about 6 years now.
exactly.
That is nuts. And then they 31-year-old Andy Thomas Yancey Jr. That's a lot of names.
It was not as many as Mary though.
He was arrested and charged for stealing over $150,000, including a truck. Yeah.
Gotcha. How new was the truck?
It didn't say in the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're starting out with the dumb crook news, I guess.
Dumb
today.
criminals.
Yeah.
Got a Roanoke gun violence panelist resigns.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Nicole Ross just can't take it anymore.
Yeah. She said that she didn't feel that they were on her side, and they wanted more accountability and wanted them to run their committee different than other committees or something like that.
Right.
And so she just felt that they weren't really.
They wanted a committee, not a result.
Just to say that it was a committee.
Yeah.
And she's one of the original people on the committee too.
Right.
So, but she resigned. They accepted it, and hopefully they'll do better.
Let's hope. Because we're still looking for victory in the valley.
That's right. And still not.
I think we might be up to 3 days.
I think so too. Yeah. I'll find out tomorrow, but I think we are up to like 3 days and no homicides. So.
All right, so federal agents arrested Roanoke County man Damon Mills for involvement in a Hobbs Act robbery and firearms offenses.
Yeah, he had about 7 or 8 different charges on him.
Yeah.
And 27 years old.
Yeah. I mean, I've not always been the happiest or most rule-following guy, but that seems extensive. It's 27.
Yeah, 27 years.
Yeah.
There's a 24-year-old that was arrested in Martinsville, I believe. They went to serve a warrant, and nope, it was Lynchburg.
Imagine
It was
that.
Lynchburg. Lynchburg's like the Florida of Virginia.
Virginia, yeah.
But it was Lynchburg,
Lynchburg, man.
and they were serving a warrant and came into the house and ended up finding a bunch of drugs. And so now they got him on gun charges, intent to distribute drug. I mean, it was a whole list of, and I didn't really put him in the news because, that's.
Let this be a lesson to the youngins. If you're screwing up on the big laws, you have to obey all the little ones.
Yeah, and you can't tell people. That's usually when people get in trouble.
Exactly.
They tell people, and then those people, when they get in trouble, they're going to tell on you.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Nobody goes down alone.
Well, I mean, again, I wasn't always the quickest learner, but my DUI was because of an out tail light.
Mm-hmm. That's most people's are because of a tail light or a signal.
They didn't I pulled you over? I got an idea, but I'm not saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your tail light was out, sir. Okay. Have you been drinking? Maybe a little.
Goodness gracious. I don't think they can pull you over like that anymore because of that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think in Virginia, I think they passed a law that said they couldn't anymore.
I try to stay good enough that I don't keep up with those laws anymore.
No, me either. But me being a bartender, I'm always like, hey, and I don't let people over drink unless I know they're Ubering, and then it's not. You're still not getting sloppy drunk and falling out.
Right.
But I'll let
because you don't want that stuff in your bar.
No, not at all. But I'll let people drink a little more than normal, but if I know that they're Ubering.
Right.
And things like if they're not driving,
or they've got to ride.
Yeah. But once they start acting a fool, or they go to the bathroom and they're like, oh, yeah, we're done.
Right.
We're done. I'm not scraping you up off the floor.
Right.
Or putting out fights. Most people, when they get drunk, they want to fight too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to probably have to go tour the apartments just to see.
Right.
But those that are from the Roanoke area, remember Days Inn on Orange Avenue, right there near the Civic Center. It was an okay hotel for a long time, and then it became kind of like a drug, prostitute type hotel. And they came in and shut it down and stuff. And then now it's reopening as an apartment complex.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, wait till he tells you how much.
So they have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments there. The 1 bedroom is $1,150, and then the 2 bedrooms are $1,500 a month.
Right.
It's an old hotel.
Exactly.
It's not like you're downtown New York or
or even downtown Roanoke.
No, hold up. It does include you can set your trash outside the door.
Right.
For pickup.
For $1,500, I want hotel service.
Oh no! You even got to pay your own utilities and stuff there.
What?
Yep, it doesn't include utilities or anything too. You got to pay for your own utilities. The only thing it includes is your trash pickup.
Well, now I know why it's $1,500 a month. You know what it costs them to put all those meters in?
In each one of those apartments.
Oh my Lord!
But it's kind of like them talking about the Apple Hotel down here. Did we talk about that last week?
We mentioned that they had that community had come in to help do to do help on cleanup, but I learned afterwards it's legitimately going to be for housing the homeless. Mm-hmm. There will be a charge, but it'll be something that they can afford.
Right. So it's just weird Roanoke County approved it. I mean, I think there needs to be something done for the homeless, 110%.
Well, Mary and I talked that if we ever got our money right, that we were thinking about doing that exact thing at that same spot.
The problem is, though, and I think they're going to shuttle people back and forth.
Right.
But that's going to create a lot of interference over at Walmart. Because a lot of those people are going to walk over to Walmart.
And willow tree.
Hopefully they won't have the panhandling and the, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? I mean, I think there's got to be something there that says, hey, nah, we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I think the homeless need help and places to stay. I also think that America itself needs to have some kind of mental health system.
Amen.
You know, but I don't know that putting them out in the rural area
Right.
is the right.
Right. Right. But I mean, you're right there on 220 and Buck Mountain.
But there's zero public transportation there.
Right.
And so I don't know
Right.
if they're going to get
Yeah,
with
it's gonna
Valley
be-
Metro and see if we can, because them shuttling, that's a whole other
charge.
deal in itself, because you have to shuttle people at times they need to be places. So
Right.
Schematically, I think it's a nightmare.
Right.
It's a
But I
great
mean,
idea.
But I mean, if it's not that far to get to 419,
right,
and then you got all the public transit
right.
you want.
I don't know. Maybe it's a ride to Tanglewood and they catch
Right.
the bus there. I don't know how that. It'll be interesting to see how that works and how it goes and how it affects that area too.
And I pass it 4 times a day, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So who knows? But yeah, that day's in at $1,500 a month for a 2-bedroom.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole house for $1,700. You know, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath for
Right.
rent right now.
Yeah, 17 and some change. We got an acre and a half. You know.
Now, and I see all this, and other cities are doing it. We talked about Bedford last week doing it. Some of the old warehouses and old buildings are turning into apartments. Well, there's some old factories and things, or an old factory down in the southeast area off of Riverdale.
Right.
That they're getting, I think Walker and Company, or I know the last name of the investor is Walker, so I assume that it's
Okay.
the Walker from, you know,
Yeah.
Walker's from Roanoke.
Right.
But they're looking to turn it into like a community center and maybe some apartments and shopping in that old warehouse.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and I think it goes below ground there too.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, because I think I read somewhere it was going to be a lot with the arts
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. I think we need a lot more of that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I will admit, when I was younger, I thought the arts should be the first thing to go. You got to do your reading, writing, arithmetic,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. You know, and I've learned that stuff is important, but the arts teach you how to think or how to
Right.
innovate.
A lot of our inventions and things come from people that have that art type mind.
Yeah.
Not everybody's got that mind.
No. Not at all.
So I couldn't tell you how to stage a house.
Right.
You know, I'd be like, oh, single guy live here.
Right.
Yeah.
I can sell it all day long.
Yeah. People be like, why is the mattress on the floor? Looks good.
Right. Because he's short.
That's right.
But apparently the Southside saw a rise in tourism spending this year.
That's good.
Like, oh heck yeah!
And we knew it was coming with the casino, and the amount. I'm surprised it's not more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the casino alone did 100 million.
Yeah. And so
Yeah, and I think that was about a month ago.
it was. I think. Yeah. I think it was within a month of them opening. I think they had done 55 million.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it said, what, 144 million
Yeah.
brought from tourism?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hopefully it builds back Danville, because you go through Danville
Yeah,
and
Danville and
Martinsville, it's
and all
just
there.
desolate. And I think when they started closing textiles,
Yeah.
those cities were, you know, Martinsville was Bassett Furniture and
Right.
things like that. So once they closed down the textiles and the furniture companies and stuff, those people, that's where they worked and lived, and
Right.
it was gone. So a lot of those places were desolate.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll pick up that economy and keep going and be better.
Yeah.
WSLS and Habitat for Humanity raise a wall this week for the 9th Home for Good. I guess this is their, I don't know if it's the WSLS and Home, the Habitat, if it's their little 9th year of doing this.
Right.
I think that's how I
Right.
kind of read it, the whole article. Elijah Rahel Baya from Morocco, they're moving in, and the house is supposed to be done sometime first quarter of 2024.
Okay.
So that's exciting.
Well, congratulations, Elijah and Ruah.
Yeah.
All about it. Roanoke County School Board denied community tension over the transgender policies, yet police presence at meetings multiplied.
Roanoke County back in the news again.
And it's always a school board.
Yeah. And so what's happened is they've always had a police officer there, but evidently they've got more officers there
Right.
now to I don't blame them.
Well, and after the 2 weeks or the 2 meetings in a row where people had to be taken out,
Right.
I get it.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't blame it at all. I mean,
no.
nobody needs a DOJ to come in and talk to anybody about anything.
Exactly.
But I think that to have that presence there for everybody's protection is
Exactly.
probably good.
You know, you can hang out in the lobby and listen.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to have them up on the board or
Right.
at the desk intimidating anybody.
No,
That
I don't think
that
they
sets
are.
a bad visual, if
Oh
nothing
yeah,
else.
absolutely.
But yeah, having a presence wouldn't be bad.
No, I think it's a good thing. People don't know how to act anymore.
No, they don't.
Man. Ferrum's going to reduce their tuition starting 2024. They're going to reduce it $10,000 a year.
Okay.
So
Any idea what it's running before they drop
I
it?
don't. Most colleges are anywhere between 30 to 50,000 a year.
Right.
I wouldn't think Ferrum would be much off of that.
Right.
So, but yeah, 10,000. That's a lot. I mean, I look at Canyon. My oldest went to VCU, and I think his tuition was 23,000 a semester or something like that. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the same way our two daughters that went to Radford, their tuition was about the same as
Right.
his.
Well, VCU does a lot of medical,
They
don't
do.
they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of medical and a lot of engineering and stuff. They're kind of right behind tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. What is VCU's mascot? I know Richmond's the Spiders.
It's the Hawk, I think.
Is it the Hawks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, it's Rams. It's the VCU Rams.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Because
That
they're
sounds
yellow and black. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's the
sounds
Rams.
familiar.
Kenyon used to have. He had this old girlfriend that lived in Roanoke still when he went to VCU.
Right.
So every other weekend, can I come home? Can you come get me? Can you come get me? So finally, we started making just take a bus.
Right.
I won't give you a bus ticket.
Right.
So to get a bus, he didn't have a car up there, so he had to walk from the dorm through downtown Richmond
Right.
to get to the bus stop.
Right.
So finally, it was like, I'm good. Just wherever you can come get me.
Right. I love you, baby, but no.
Yeah. I'm not walking through downtown Richmond anymore.
Not at night, baby.
So it nipped that in the bud.
Well, and a Greyhound bus from there to Roanoke is probably.
Took like 11 days.
I'm gonna say that's at least 11 hours of
Yeah.
who's who in mental illness.
I think it was 4 or 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, Greyhound.
Of just. Yeah, we need to stop and let him off.
Yep. And I think one time we had a big problem with him not having his ID or something like that.
Oh wow.
And I mean, he has ticket and stuff, but he didn't have his ID. And
Okay.
They wouldn't let him on the bus.
Oh.
And so, yeah,
Huh,
I
okay.
think after that little incident too, he's like,
Yeah.
it's just not worth it.
Right.
Now I got to walk my old happy butt all the way back to the
Right.
dorms, and
Yeah.
I can't go home.
Right. All right. Well, all the brush fires and wildfires we talked about last week, I guess, forced Governor Youngkin to declare a state of emergency over the brush fires.
Yeah, they're popping up everywhere. There's one recently in Shawsville. I think it was yesterday. They've got it contained. There were several local brush fires.
Shawsville.
Shawsville, Elliston area.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then Tuggles Gap up in Floyd Willis area.
Right.
There's a big brush fire up there. It's burned about 850 acres.
Oh, good.
They only have it about 35% contained. And there's a Tuggles Gap restaurant and a little hotel there. They're housing and feeding all of the first responders there.
Okay.
And so I know that like Food Lion, or not Food Lion, some community group went and bought a bunch of wipes and stuff for the firefighters,
Okay.
and
Nice.
wiped out, I guess, the local Food Lion and stuff. And so there have been a lot of community people donating food up there. And so reach out if you want to donate food. Reach out to Tuggles Gap the hotel or restaurant or whatever it's called there, and they'll kind of coordinate when and where you bring the food.
Okay.
But prayers for everybody that they're not hurt. And,
Oh yeah, that everybody that could get out did get out.
And I don't think there's been any kind of, like, they haven't made people evacuate houses or anything like that. It's just half the mountainside. And this is typical for this time of year in Virginia.
Right.
You know, we haven't had a lot of rain.
Right.
The leaves are starting to hit the ground, so any kind of little spark.
Oh yeah.
So if you're smoking, don't throw your cigarette butts out the damn window.
Yeah. Mom.
What? Oh, can't believe she would do that.
I can't.
There is let me find it here. Apologize. So, there is a website that you can go to, and it kind of tells you where the different fires are in Virginia. And so if you go there, it'll give you, there's a fire here. And I know they have parts of the parkway closed now because of the fires, and parts of it are closed because some white girl tried to hug a baby bear last week. Right. Come here, boo-boo.
Well, and a state of emergency, I'm sure it was legitimate. I'm sure it was called for, because, I mean, it sounds like it's a fair bit of acreage going up. But I just always wonder, because I was in my mid-20s, maybe late 20s, but they made this big deal because 1 year out of the last 25, it got out of hand. It got a little out of control. Talking about how, this is the first time that this place is caught on fire. No, it's not. Guinea sets their stuff on fire every year.
Right.
And I just wonder with the timing, crops are about done for the year. If they're not done for the year, how many people are just torching but as dry as it was towards the end of this year, it just, it didn't stop at the property line.
Right. I have had a friend. They moved away, but he loved playing with fire.
Right.
I mean, he was a grown man, so he loved playing with fire, and he had set some bonfire off at his friend's house.
Right.
And ended up burning 4 acres of land. They had fire trucks there, and I mean, he said it was a costly little thing. And
now that's a bonfire right there.
His wife's like, yeah, he's not allowed to play with fire anymore. But yeah, he ended up
good call, baby. Good call.
Burning like 4 acres of land. That would be so scary.
Oh yeah. Mary would take all the lighters away from me.
Yeah, that would be so scary. But so there's the website. It allows you to just see what's going on with the different fires in Virginia. There is a hold. You're not allowed to burn. I think there's a time, but be sensible. If there's wind and all that, just don't burn unless you just have to.
Well, get you a pit, get you a burn barrel, and wet it around it.
Yeah. Yeah. So be careful. And that website, I think, also tells you what different, because different counties have different burn bans.
Right.
So it allows you to look up your county to say, okay, we're Roanoke County, so this is our rules.
Okay.
Compared to somewhere else that's a little colder, maybe a little windier. And stuff.
Right. So Roanoke is recognized as a top adventure city along the Blue Ridge per Blue Ridge Outdoors magazine.
This is the this is we're at the top adventure town, and this is our 3 out of 5 years we've won this title.
Nice.
So
nice.
We need to, I guess when they open up the kayaking and stuff, we're probably just blow everything else away.
Right. Everybody else going to quit.
Yeah. And they said what makes this area so attractive is we have the Appalachian Trail.
Right.
We've got rivers. We've got bike trails. We got the Greenway. So we're outdoors.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's no better place than JR fixing his hair on camera.
Sorry.
You just basic white girl. But
it had just gone a little far. I'm sorry.
I don't know that there's a better place to see the leaves change than
Than the Blue Ridge
the
Parkway.
Blue Ridge Parkway,
Yeah.
and even down through the Shenandoah and stuff. And I know the trails go all the way through there. And
Yeah.
so, but
Yeah.
congratulations to Roanoke.
Had a. I was waiting for you to go. Baheel! If you didn't know, there was another wreck on 81 South this morning.
There's a wreck every day.
Let me show you. Let me see your shocked face.
Yeah, there's a wreck every day on 81.
I think it was 139.
I don't want to say more. It's kind of weird because I'm not for more police presence.
Right.
But I think 81 needs more police presence. Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't want the government to tell me what to do. I don't want the government to be involved in my life, but there has to be laws of the land,
Right.
and there has to be enforcement of those laws.
Right.
And so I do believe that there should be some more activity on 81 to slow the traffic down.
And I think part of it's that. I think part of it is parents teach your kids to drive.
Yeah, well, and I think older people, it's a distracted driving thing.
Yeah.
We have so many different technologies now
Right.
that it's distracting. You get a text, so you're looking at your text. You're not supposed to look at your text. I'm guilty as hell of looking at my text.
Right.
You get an email, you look at it, I think that we're so distracted, and then you've got the self-driving cars now.
Yeah.
To where, somebody came in recently to do something that I met, and they were like, my son she was driving her son's Tesla.
Right.
And my son said I should just sleep on the way back and let the Tesla get me home. And I was like, yeah, oh no.
I don't buy that.
Yeah.
Well, and I remember, I forget how many years ago it was, but when we went through that one program at the Berglund Center, they were talking about autonomous vehicles.
Right.
And be careful, be ready, here they come. Man, I remember as clear as day, go, man, they're not going to clear that. They're not going to let people just get in and go, hey, I'm going to Tanglewood.
Right.
They're not going to, I was wrong.
And it's still not allowed. So if you have a Tesla, you're not supposed to be sleeping behind the wheel.
Right.
I don't know. You're not required, I don't think, to have your hands on the wheel.
Right.
But you are required to be able to take control of the vehicle at any time.
Right.
And I think that's, I wouldn't feel comfortable sleeping.
No.
Yeah. And I've seen like models that.
But understand, as soon as they allow you to get just behind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are going to be people asleep behind the
Oh
wheel.
yeah, absolutely. You just get your windows tinted and you sleep away. We passed a guy the other day that was on his phone. He has a little dog in his lap here. And cars driving down 81. I'm like, no.
Yeah, one more lane's going to help this.
Right. So Chef's Store opened in Roanoke.
They did.
You went last weekend, right?
I did.
I went. Was it yesterday? Let's see, yesterday was Wednesday. I went Tuesday.
Okay.
To the Chef's Store.
Okay.
I wasn't impressed.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they have a lot of different peppers, but I don't think the prices were like good.
Outside of the cooler, neither did I.
Yeah.
But I thought the meat prices for the grand opening were pretty good.
Yeah, I think they were okay, but yeah, it was just weird. What I was impressed with is because we do the candy thing, and they had the Tellini's. I guess that's the name of the brand, like the coffee syrups.
Okay.
The different flavors. So they had like a whole wall of those. I was like, oh wow.
Right.
And they were decently priced, but I went through and they had some wonderful like dried peppers and stuff like that. So I like that stuff. But the rest of the stuff, for instance, where we do peppermint patties.
Right.
I looked at their peppermint patties because Sam's was out, and that's what made me go to the Chef's Store.
Okay.
Maybe they got some.
Right.
I went over there, and theirs were the regular size, not the. We didn't get the miniatures. We get the minis, I guess. They're smaller.
Right.
But their box there was. It made the peppermint patties $1 a piece.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh no.
Right.
Because I'm paying 9 cents a piece over it.
Right.
At Sam's. So I think I was just like, oh wow, no, huh?
Right.
And so some of those things, but I think if you're a restaurant or you're just getting started,
Right.
that's a good place to start.
Well, I mean, the prices weren't bad. They were probably in line with a lot of other places on a lot of the stuff, but hell, a lot of people complain about having to buy 25 pound of sugar at Sam's. Yeah, I think the smallest I saw at the chef store was 50 pounds of sugar.
Right.
And it's just like, yeah, no, I'm not. Even with 6 of us, we ain't up to 50 pounds.
And you haven't installed that steel yet. So
Exactly.
you're not starting that moonshine business.
Right, not yet. It's coming. We're on a creek for a reason.
I think I told somebody a couple weeks ago that if you, and I don't know if they have it still, but in one of the newscasts when I was a teenager, did I tell you this already? With the moonshine? Yeah, we were on TV for the moonshine. I was like, what the heck? Mr. Gus is here. What's up, Mr. Gus? We're just rambling, two old men by a cooler.
Around a water cooler.
That's right. But, yeah, so, I mean, I was impressed with the selection they had of the different syrups, but overall, and honestly, we haven't purchased beef or pork from the grocery store in like 2 years,
right?
Maybe. So I don't really know the prices that they're going for.
Right.
But to be able to buy a big old slab of meat, I'm all about that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know, get you a meat slicer, get you a side.
Now I know you're smoking a brisket this weekend, right?
Yep. I thought I was going to start it tomorrow morning, but the more I think about it, I'll probably start it tonight.
Okay. I was going to say we got rain tomorrow,
yeah.
So you're going to need some extra time. Did you get your brisket from there?
No.
Oh, you
already
buy,
had
you
it.
buy meat too.
Yeah.
Just like I did. Yeah. Never mind.
So.
But yeah, if you go on TikTok or Instagram, there's a guy there that teaches you how to take that meat that you buy at like Sam's or whatever and turn it into the different slices.
Okay.
And so he holds it up and he says, okay, this is what it should look like. And then if you put it down, this is this part, and he just breaks it down on how you save money by doing your own cuts.
Right.
And he even does like roast beef and stuff like that. It's how you make your own roast beef for sandwiches and stuff.
All right. Oh, Gus says the 611 is back home.
Nice.
I like it.
I think it came in yesterday, right?
I think last weekend was the final voyage or the final
Because I passed
excursion.
something that said it was back and it was like 9 hours ago or 15 something like that.
But I think it had to do some kind of preventive maintenance and stuff in Stanton before it came back here.
Okay.
Or
Well,
Goshen, I guess.
Right. And we were out yesterday getting a lot of video and stuff.
Yeah.
For our No Renter Left Behind program.
Right.
Which came out good. So
I like it.
He said yesterday.
Okay.
It came back home. Good deal.
Nice.
Maybe next year we'll go on their trip.
That's right. Do you, Gus? Do you know if they're doing it? If they're planning it next year?
I think they do it almost every year, right? Or was this a first year thing?
If they do it every year, this year is the first time I remember hearing about it. I know they've got like a scenic steam train that goes, it'll go through Western Virginia and a little bit of West Virginia, maybe some Tennessee and back.
Okay. That would be a beautiful ride.
Oh, that would be gorgeous, yeah.
I think we're probably 5 to 10 seconds behind Mr. Gus.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, El Nino cured the drought and reversed winter in Virginia 21 years ago. Could that happen again this year?
They don't know yet. So 21 years ago,
because I'm not a big winter guy.
He said nothing has been announced yet. Maybe it's spring.
Okay.
Is when they'll announce something.
Good deal.
But so 21 years ago, we were in a La Nina or whatever.
Right.
I don't know, whatever it is. We're in that. Well, a lot of times El Nino will bring rain. Well, when it brings rain, it also brings the cold.
Right.
And so that's how it reversed our drought and things like that, because we were in like a 3-year drought.
Right.
And then we got an El Nino, and it kind of spun things around. And I think it kind of created, and I may be wrong, so I'm not a weatherman. I think it was part of it, not 21 years ago, but that's what kind of brought on like the flood of '85 and stuff like that. I think.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm not sure. I'm not the weatherman.
Right.
And a lot of weathermen don't know
Yeah.
whether it's going to rain or not anyway.
You're not the weatherman, so you probably got a better guess.
That's right. I got the same guess, but they've been more educated on what these different systems cause than
Exactly.
me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But for me, I mean, we're in Virginia, so we know this time of year, you wear your winter coat, gloves, and hat in the morning when you leave for work.
Over top of your T-shirt.
Yeah, over top of your T-shirt and shorts. And
Right.
flip-flops,
Right.
for when you get off work.
Flip-flops are in the car.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's Tegan's having a really hard time with farm school right now because she's like, I'm so hot because she's in the car with all this stuff on. And I'm like, and I'll turn the air on a little bit. I'm like, I know you're hot now, but when you get there, it's going to be cold.
Right.
And I said, by the end of the day, and I'll get up there, and by the end of the day, she's got shorts, a T-shirt, and no shoes on, running around. So.
Right. Damn, girl, put some clothes on.
Right. But, yeah, so it was almost 80 today if we didn't break 80.
Yeah.
So it was a
And I think it's
gorgeous day.
supposed to sprinkle a little tomorrow and then get us back down into the low to mid 60s.
Yeah, and I think
weekend.
we're going to start seeing that seasonal weather, the seasonal temperatures
It's
coming more.
As much as I don't like cold, I guess it's time.
Yeah, and for me, I think that if we're going to get cold, it needs to snow.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I don't like just cold weather. I don't mind the cold part. It's that wind.
Yeah. Yeah.
The wind
Somebody
just
turn the
killed
fan
me.
off.
Yeah, last night wasn't real cold, but the wind was chilly.
Right.
And so I was sitting out at Cactus Brewing and just, the wind blowing. I'm like, oh my gosh.
What's up, guys?
So I got hot hands for the farmers markets.
Okay, there you go.
For the Saturdays, because I think it goes all the way through the end of the year.
Okay.
I think it closes January and then February and then opens up again in March.
Okay.
And I think March, hopefully I can get a spot there, but a lot of times those spots are.
Yeah, because I
taken
bet
by
your
farmers.
freeze-dried candy'd go real well on St. Patrick's.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do a bunch of green stuff.
Yeah, and I'm worried about this weekend now that I know it's
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day, because we're at home. We're like just running as much as we can, as fast as we can, and we've got the Berglund Center coming up December 2nd and 3rd.
Okay.
So we're gearing all that. All of our efforts are going towards the Berglund Center. Well, then today, as I was doing, going through what's going on this weekend and stuff, I was like, oh, there's a parade this weekend downtown. And, oh, I'm gonna be downtown this weekend. So I'm gonna pack.
You may want to get there at 5:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get there a lot earlier, but I'm gonna pack extra. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, if I sell out, it's going to wipe out a lot of what we were going to use for the Berglund Center.
Right.
So I think I may end up, we've been doing apples and bananas in our other machine.
Right.
I've got apple cinnamon crunch, so cinnamon sugar apples in there now.
Right.
And then I've got like a half bushel left to run of apples. I think after the apples are done, we're going to have to turn both machines into candy machines.
Right.
And just run candy in both of them.
Until we're
to stock up, yeah.
Yeah.
But Veterans Day and, parade should be a good time. And the parade actually starts at 11.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All right, so anybody hiring?
Yeah, everybody's hiring. Now's the time. I know that Valley View Tanglewood, all the retail people are hiring for seasonal work. And then Coca-Cola's hiring, I think, for forklift drivers and stuff.
Okay.
So you too could be a certified forklift driver.
I think my cert has expired by now.
Mine too. I like driving forklifts.
I bet I can recert in 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's not hard, but it's fun to drive forklifts.
It is.
Norfolk Southern's hiring too. They're hiring, I think, mechanics.
Yeah.
There, and then there was, as I was looking through the one ads, all the governments are hiring too. So Roanoke City, Roanoke County, they've got different clerks positions. They also, if you're looking to get in law enforcement,
right,
they're hiring there. I know Roanoke Regional Jail is hiring.
Okay.
And you actually have to be 18 or 19 to apply there.
I think 19.
And then they'll train you, so you don't even need experience and stuff. You'll go through their training and all
Right.
that to go. So if you want a law enforcement type job, then
God bless you.
yeah, thank you. They don't pay enough at all.
No, of course, I'm not sure what the dollar amount is I'm willing to be shot at.
There's none. Yeah, there's none. But we talk.
I don't know that I'm willing to deal with somebody else's fight because the wife didn't have dinner.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I look at. I've got a couple of my tenants right now arguing back and forth over a dog.
Huh.
The dog's walking in my yard
That's what
because they're
dogs do.
neighbors.
Right.
There's no leash laws in that
Florida,
area,
yeah.
and I mean I know that the community has you're supposed to have your dog on a leash,
Right.
but I mean the dude's sending me a video at 1:30 in the morning. Boy, the dog's in my yard again. Okay, it's 1:30. That's not an emergency. Is the dog kicking your door in?
Right.
If he is, call the police.
Is he biting you?
Yeah, that's not and even if he's biting, it's a me issue at that point because I have to get the other tenant out of there. But that's not something you call me at 1:30 in the morning for. You call the police or call animal control.
Right.
That's not an emergency to call me with.
Right.
So yeah, just neighbors are knuckleheads. I'm glad we like our neighbors.
Me
I
too.
don't know that they like us, but I'm glad we like them.
Well, we know our neighbors just enough that I don't think anybody on the hill is going to jail.
Right. Good.
You know?
Good. If they are, they got to climb the hill to get
Exactly.
there. You'll know they're coming.
I don't even know who Denise is.
I'm surprised you don't have little motion cameras and stuff down at the bottom of your hill. It'd be like, bing.
Nah, but we do have
You got your dog.
ring cameras on the porch.
Okay. I like our ring camera.
Yeah.
Things to do now. You know how Dr. Pepper Park just smacked Berglund Center over the summer.
Right.
I mean, they had all the events. Well, Berglund Center said, "Hold my beer."
Right.
So this weekend we got the 49th place production. The 49th place productions. They present Elvis in concert, the story of the King at the Jefferson Center. That was a whole mouthful of
That
stuff.
was.
It's like,
Yeah, by the time they finish introducing it, intermission.
I felt like that coach on Waterboy.
You can do it. And you've got the 35th annual stock market at the Berglund Center.
Yep. So, and that's a great event. They have a ton of stuff
I don't think I've been there.
Just, save your money for the vendor craft show, December 2nd and 3rd. Come get that freeze-dried candy.
Right.
Then they have Theo Vaughn at the Berglund Center.
Have you ever seen him?
I haven't. I mean, I've bits and pieces on like TikTok or whatever.
Right.
But no, I haven't seen
Dude's hilarious.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd probably go to Bert Kaiser with Gunner.
Uh-huh.
But,
Okay.
But I like Theo, too. He's hilarious. I got the VHSL State Cross Country Championship coming to Green Hill Park this weekend.
And there'll be a lot of schools out there, and that's a whole weekend event.
Yeah.
So it's both Saturday and Sunday.
I mean, if you're going to have more than one thing of a cross country, yeah, it's going to be a couple days.
And that's a great place to have it.
Oh, it is. It is.
It's a good place to have it.
And, especially for not having too cold or too warm a weather.
Right.
That's why God's given us 60 degrees, because these poor kids got to run 5 miles.
I know, them shorts like this big, yeah. I'd be all blind. I'd be looking like the Christmas Story kid.
Right.
Running down there. You don't have to give me a guy. You can't do it. And then you got the rail yard.
The hockey team.
You got the hockey team because I can't speak tonight. They are having an Express throwback. So I think they're wearing the old Express jerseys or something like that.
Well, they were the rail yard dogs by the time I got here. So.
Okay, yeah, we've gone through.
Well, I think there was a year or two that they didn't have one, and then when they came back, they were the rail yard dogs, and that's all I knew.
We've gone through Express. I think they were the Rebels at one time.
Right.
Yeah, so they've been.
Well, kind of like the Red Sox,
It is.
weren't they? The Avalanche first.
Avalanche.
Or before
they were the Buccaneers. They've been they've been a bunch of different things too. So I think they're wearing the throwback Express jerseys this weekend.
Okay. And we got the Thomas Jefferson Wine Festival at Poplar Forest. That's out by Lynchburg Forest. I think it's over in Forest.
Yeah. Poplar Forest. Yeah, it's out in Forest area. In high school, I was friends with a girl that she lived within walking distance of Poplar Forest, the Thomas Jefferson home. And so when I go visit her, we'd walk up there and walk around, and then yeah, kind of cool.
Nice.
We already talked about this one though. The Veterans Day Parade is this weekend.
God, when is that happening?
11 o'clock. Yeah.
11 o'clock on Saturday.
But yeah, 11 o'clock on Saturday, and then get your munchies before then.
Right.
And then afterwards, because you won't have any munchies left.
Right.
So.
Gotcha.
We'll have some good chocolate and stuff this weekend.
Buddy Guy playing some guitar at Berglund Center, I think on Is that Sunday?
I think so, yeah. I told you, Berglund Center stepped it up.
They did. They did.
Got the CIAA football championship this weekend, Salem Stadium.
Right.
And they always have some type of Division One. I mean, different Division Three maybe. I don't know divisions of college anymore.
Right.
But they usually have different championships at the stadium.
Okay. Good deal. Got Fall Into Fun for developmentally challenged adults and kids this weekend.
Mm-hmm. That's at the Transportation Museum.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wasn't
it's
sure.
Saturday at the Transportation Museum, and they're going to have lots of different family activities and stuff like that too.
Okay, good deal.
Should be a good time. You have the Holiday Craft and Gift Show at Lord Botetourt this weekend.
Right.
Again, save you money.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if we discussed it on here, but I do know I heard a couple weeks back that they were having a couple of meetings to find out what they're doing with Lord Botetourt, because they got a bunch of structural things to work out before they can put kids back in there next year.
Oh wow!
So if it's outside, swing on by. If not, he's selling stuff on the second and third.
That's right. Come on by. He said, Gus said, go get drunk at a Thomas Jefferson retreat.
Okay.
I wonder if they have those. I don't get drunk, but
Right.
it takes too long to recuperate.
Right, yeah, at this age, and as long as it's been since I've been drunk, I don't know that I want to get drunk.
3 or 4 days, I'm like, I ain't doing that. I think it's probably been 10 years since I ever,
Right.
Now I'm just like, I had a beer, I'm good.
Right.
I'm
No,
good. I have
I'm
a
good.
little mixed drink. Ian's here.
Nice. What's
Hello,
up, Ian?
Good evening, Mr. Ian.
Good evening, young man.
There's a beautiful woman there.
Ah.
She said so many Christmas things we're working on. That's my wife.
Gotcha.
So many. You should see. So I'm not a morning person.
Right.
I don't even like to talk in the morning. Well, this Christmas stuff, we've been getting boxes and boxes of just like these nice little Christmas stuff, and so Selena and Tegan have really enjoyed going out. Like they got a bunch of like little Christmas jars and all this other stuff the other day.
Right.
And so this morning we're in there talking about what we need to bag up and things like that. And we started thinking about different names. Most of the names of our candy come from her. She's got that creative part where I don't.
Right.
Gotcha. But she was talking a mile a minute this morning. It's like, oh, we call these reindeer poop. Oh, no. These are reindeer poop. Now, do they have moose poop? Or is it moose poop? I was like, oh, no, these are elf poop.
I've heard of moose tracks. I haven't heard of moose poop.
So, it was like so fast, and I was like, she's like, I'm going to go. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, yeah. I was like, I haven't had coffee yet. Just came in here to switch out candy.
I love you too, baby.
And she was so super excited, and I'm excited about it too. But I mean, I was like, woo!
It's been a while. Okay.
So, but no, we're working on so much stuff for the Berglund Center, and we're going to debut a little bit of that this weekend.
Okay.
At the farmers market, and then more so throughout the month. We're gonna have party platters and stuff like that for
Okay.
for people who are having Christmas parties and stuff, and you'll be able to we'll give you a little, I think there's like 5 or 6 little trays in there, so you'll be able to pick, hey, I want blah 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 in my trays. So but on those custom orders, we'll expect payment up front because we're not billing trays to
Right.
for somebody. I mean, I still have an order where somebody had ordered 2 months ago, and now they've ghosted, and I guess they don't want to order anymore. It's okay, but if I had custom done my order,
it was good stuff. We'll sell it, but
she said she got a whole 40 minutes of sleep.
Oh yay!
Yeah. So I guess tomorrow what'll happen is we'll wake up and I'll have all the snowflakes and stuff all around the house.
Right. It's Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. She'll be drinking syrup in her noodles.
And speaking of Veterans Day observances, they're doing it Saturday at the D-Day Memorial.
Okay. I've been there. That's a great little place, and the view is phenomenal.
Oh, it is. I've not done a Veterans Day anything out there. I think Mary and I went out there for a wine fest one time. It's where we found Tie This, and I was just real happy that they worked and got them a brick and mortar place out in Radford now. So.
Okay, cool, cool. And then Berglund Center again. I told you they're like, hold my beer. It's wintertime. We're gonna roll this.
That's right. Yeah. Y'all want inside now.
They're doing a WWE Super Show at the Berglund Center. And I think that's Sunday, maybe.
Probably.
Sunday
or Monday.
Evening, yeah. So, but there's lots going on. I didn't see anything in the news about anything about Dr. Pepper Park doing anything. I think they're done for the season most.
If Berglund has anything to say with it.
Yeah, and then and see where Seth was playing this week anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah,
but we did see him yesterday heading to work.
Yeah, I blew the horn, he waved, and that was about it. So,
yeah.
But
well, I mean, when you got 33 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got 33 jobs there. I feel like the Saturday Night Live used to do these Jamaicans, and they did, they had all those jobs. Like, oh, you only got 14 jobs? You're lazy.
Slacker.
Yeah, that's how we all feel about that. Ian says he wants one of the Peaks and Valleys T-shirts. I'll send you a link, Ian.
All right.
So that you can get one. Anything else? What do you got planned this week?
We have
weekend. I know you got a party this weekend.
Yep, we did Jonathan's birthday party Tuesday, so we've got Mary's office, just not a Christmas party or anything, but just a barbecue, get together, bonding kind of thing. We are family, kind of thing on Saturday.
The electric slide.
If Mary has anything to do with it, we may. She's the dancer. I am not the dancer.
I want to see you do the electric slide.
I look like somebody just came out with a cattle prod.
Yeah, I'm not good at dancing either.
No.
I can't sing either, but I sing all the time.
Right.
That's my wife.
I usually keep it to myself, and I don't sing a whole lot. I rap because there's not a whole lot of having to hold a note, but I can cuss as good as.
That's probably why I like the Chili Pepper so much. Right. It's not as much singing as it's got that beat to it.
Right. But yeah, and then we'll probably just be recouping and cleaning on Sunday.
Okay, cool.
How about y'all?
Getting ready for
candy.
Trying to get the apples done before they go bad because I waste every time.
Right.
So trying to get those done, and then
see, I'd eat half the profits on them bananas. And I haven't tried the apples yet.
I've been trying to stay away from them. Oh my gosh! So I'll bring this week. I'll bring some of the cinnamon apples too.
Okay.
Good Lord, they're good.
No doubt.
I know Celia had one this morning, and she said, she goes, oh my gosh, you should run the rest of the apples like this. And so I think I'll run that batch and then another batch at the cinnamon, with the cinnamon sugar or cinnamon. It's a crunch. It's not sugary or powdery, but and then I may run some. I've got a caramel type. Like a shake,
Okay.
It's kind of like a powder, and we can shake the apples in that, and I'll try some with caramel too.
Okay.
And then my wife said my singing, I sound like a lounge lizard. Thank you, baby. But yeah, Candy. Excited Tegan gets to process her chicken.
No doubt.
So hopefully, I mean, I may stay for some of that to get some pictures of,
Oh,
of her
absolutely.
processing and
Absolutely.
stuff, and see how far she goes. She's grown so much with that.
She really
We're
has.
all friends, but she loves it. And I talked to another family last night at Cactus Brewing, and as we were talking, they were like, "Oh, well, we homeschool our kids." Okay,
Right.
I mean, I didn't ask, but homeschool the kids, and so she's like, "Oh yeah," and so I was like, "Oh, we homeschool too." And as we're talking, she goes, "Oh yeah, we go to farm school too," and I was like, "Oh. Well, we're Wednesdays." And she's like, "What? We're Thursdays." So the little girl goes on Thursdays, where Tegan goes Wednesdays.
Okay.
But one of Tegan's good friends goes Wednesday and Thursdays.
Right.
And so the little girl knew Tegan's friend.
Oh, nice.
And so it was kind of like that little connection.
Well, good deal.
And they're starting some kind of little market near downtown Roanoke.
Okay.
They're from Georgia. And she said she moved here. They didn't know anybody. And then, like, the next day, they kind of met somebody that was homeschool. And then it was like, I said, your people just gathered, didn't they? And they're like,
Right.
She's like, yeah. And I said,
Homeschoolers
you have to,
unite.
well, and homeschoolers and small business owners. And, and that's
Right.
what I said, it's that energy you put out. You don't have to say anything. I've never said that I tried to attract people that want to homestead and buy land.
Right.
But most of my buyers want 2+ acres and
Right,
they want to
want land.
homestead. And
Yeah.
and I've never advertised that, but that's what I want to be, down
Yeah.
the road and what we strive to be at our little half acre. But that energy, I guess, you put out kind of attracts those people
Right.
that are alike. And
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of weird, but. And it was just weird that she's like, "Oh yeah, we do go farm school," and I was like, "Oh, us too."
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that was it's just a small world. But other than that, just candy.
All right.
Home inspection came back. We got to work on negotiating some of that stuff, and got to hopefully get a tenant in my one vacant rental that I have.
Right.
So
How'd the showing go?
I went good. They liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
So other than that, anything?
Do y'all have anything?
Call me a lounge lizard.
'Cause I'm a lounge lizard.
And you've been out for a little bit, Mr. Ian. We haven't seen you in a little while.
It has been a while.
Or if you've been here, it doesn't show us who's on.
Yeah, it doesn't show us names. It just
Yeah.
shows us numbers.
Showed my wife laugh. A little bit said hi.
Hey.
She's been quiet.
She has.
All right. Well, if nobody has anything,
Oh. If you don't mind, one last thing, in
Yeah.
case he's up, today is actually Jonathan's birthday.
well, happy birthday, Jonathan.
Look, happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, Ian's had vertigo.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's hard to watch anything or
Do
do anything with vertigo.
Yeah.
So, well, hope you're getting better. And Selena wants you to sing.
I think she wants us to sing.
Oh no, I always tell people, like, when they come into McAdoo's and they're like, "Hey, do y'all sing Happy Birthday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the only one that really sings, and I sing it backwards."
Right.
They usually don't want to hear it anymore. So, but
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday to you.
now we're gonna put that on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
You can be famous.
Yeah. Yeah, not in a good way.
JR gonna be TikTok famous.
There's a difference between famous and infamous.
Yeah. Or I'll see Selena like my dance.
There you go. Yeah, see, I don't dance.
I got more where that came from. I'm gonna come in the house
Down.
and that little dance going.
That's right.
So, I'm as white as they come. But anyway, until next week, you guys be safe.